I was first diagnosed in June of 2003. Prior to that, for several months, my doctors had been saying, your sugar's getting high, your sugar's getting high, but they never really did anything about it. Finally, my doctor came in and he said, Bruce, you're a very lucky young man. He said, you don't know how close to death you were. He said, your sugar was over 800. And he says, I've never seen it that high. But I was in intensive care for 5 days, hooked up to everything. And basically, they told me that my pancreas had completely shut down from making any type of insulin. And my potassium level was sky high. So it was a very dangerous situation, and I felt very lucky to still be alive. And after about 10 days of being in the hospital, they did get my blood sugar regulated again, and I was on insulin for over a year, 4 times a day, and went to oral medication and was on that for close to 6 years. And throughout the years, my blood sugars kept getting higher and lower and higher and lower, just bouncing back and forth, and started putting the weight on and felt lousy all the time. And my doctor just kept increasing the medication, you know, no real reason why I had diabetes or how to get rid of it. Prior to being a diabetic, I was a very high energetic person, and I used to rollerblade frequently, ride my bike for many, many miles, several times a week, walk the dogs, swim, run on the beach. But as the disease progressed, my energy level really decreased as well, and I just didn't have the energy to do all that. And it was depressing. Going to different doctors over the years and being prescribed more medications and not really defining what was causing my diabetes was extremely frustrating. Happily was accepted as one of Dr. Ott's patients and began the program in August of 2010. It was fun. It was interesting to see the changes that my body was going through. And after just a couple of weeks, the weight started dropping off. And that was more exciting than anything, because I really wanted to drop about 40 pounds. And I'm almost there, but not quite. It's right around 30 right now. I've been on the program now for 4 months, and I'm very happy to say I'm no longer considered diabetic. I'm completely off all my medications, all my diabetes medications, high blood pressure, cholesterol. My energy level is 10 times what it used to be. I no longer have that afternoon sluggishness feeling after eating. I have lots of energy, and have 2 brand new puppies that love going for walks, and I couldn't do that before. So life is good again, and it's looking better every day.
Okay, I was diagnosed with diabetes about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I was disappointed because I knew there was diabetes in the family, but there was only one child that had, that I knew of. And I started taking medication. Of course, my doctor was giving me pills every time I turned around for this, that, and other thing. And I just decided that I was tired and I couldn't do anything. I wasn't depressed. I was just exhausted constantly. And no energy. My mind was telling me I had to do things, but my body was telling me you can't get up to do them. So I was sort of like a couch potato there for a while. I was tired of being tired, not being able to do anything. My husband did everything for me. I didn't even feel like cooking, didn't feel like eating. I just didn't have a life, really. The medications, I couldn't even pronounce half the names that my doctor was giving me. He gave me medication. If I said I had a headache, I had medication for the headache. If I said I couldn't sleep, he'd give me something to sleep. Every time I opened my mouth, he'd give me another pill. I got to a point I'm so tired of taking pills that something had to be done. I just couldn't handle those pills. And sticking my fingertips are numb. So I came over here to see Dr. Ott, and I was afraid there for a minute he wasn't going to accept me, but he did, thank goodness. And I started the program, and I was beginning to feel a lot better, started to lose weight. My mind was getting clearer. It was so much different. I was getting my life back again, and I really felt good about that. And my blood sugar has been in the 90s, which it's so hard to believe after going through the ups and downs, but it's very stable now. And I'm so grateful that I've got into this program, but I feel actually 95% better than I did before. I can do anything. I'm exercising 3 times a week, and I've lost 10 pounds, so I feel like I'm beginning to be a human being again. When I started losing a little bit of weight, my blood pressure started going down, and then I was on three heart medicines. So the doctor dropped me off of 1 and gradually 2 and then gradually 3. I am not taking any blood pressure medicine now. I'm not taking any kind of medication. So I'm very happy about that. My energy's coming back, and I just feel great now. I just can't explain the difference in my life. If you want to change your life, or if you're tired and you can't do anything, then you need to change your life. And the only way to do it is to find out what the basic problem is. And there's a lot of problems you have that you can see, but there are problems that you don't know you have. You'll never know unless you try it. And you just have to do it. It's just something, if you really want it, you have to do it. And I really wanted it. I was tired of being tired. I was tired of taking pills. I took a chance and I won.
Life before this program was horrible for me. Life was hardly worth living. I hurt all over. I had no energy. I had nothing to live for in that. I have grandchildren. I couldn't play with them. I really didn't want to live very much. My doctor told me I was headed for amputation or organ damage and failure, and it just was so depressing. When I started taking insulin, it was a little bit, and now at the beginning I was taking 40 units at night and 35 in the morning. I started out at 16 in the morning and 20. More pills. Started with 1, then 2, now 3. It just was getting worse and worse, and the more medicine they gave me, the worse I got. I went to the doctors all the time. My sugar would hit rock bottom. I would faint. I would go high sky. My sugars were over 300, and it just seemed like a roller coaster. I was watching TV, and I heard about this treatment, and for some reason I was inspired to call the telephone number because nothing else had worked. For my first visit, I met Dr. Carter, and all the staff. Everyone was so friendly, so very encouraging. Right away, I knew I could do this. I could do it. It's been just one big success story after another. Every week, I was gaining more confidence. I was gaining more strength, more energy. I was happy. I was so happy for the first time in years. I was truly joyful. I really am successful now. I've lost 22 pounds. I walk like a real person. I love life. I play with my grandchildren. I go everywhere. I'm active in my church. I'm active in the community. I'm happy at home. And it's just a whole new existence. I have gone from the 40-35 units of insulin to absolutely nothing on most days. I have to gauge it by what my sugar readings are, and even then it's like 15 units I'll take. But today I took none. Yesterday I took 0. It's just so good. I was taking 3 pills a day. Now I take 1, and pretty soon that'll be gone too. I have a new life. I don't have to worry about getting organ transplants or organ failure or amputations. My sugars are absolutely fantastic, from 370 to 88, 92, 103. If you're there sitting at home watching me and you've been through some of the things that I have been through, that I've told you, with depression and with no hope, with high insulin intake and pills galore, and your life is just going down the drain like mine was, then I know that this program is for you. At 68 years of age, I am ready to rock and roll. I love my life.
In July of this year, my sugar was in a 563 area, and it wasn't getting much lower. It was, in the 4s, in the 300s, in the 400s, in the 444s, in the 520s, and stuff like that. And it was getting to the point where I couldn't do anything. Where I live, I have a 90-foot driveway. And to be able to walk out to the mailbox and come back, I had to take a break coming back because I couldn't get to the house. And that's how my life was going. First, they told me to go on a diet and to exercise. And I did that. And I lost a few pounds, but then I put it all back on again, plus a few more. And my sugar was still going up. It wasn't going down. Everything that I was trying was not working. To the point where they started me on metformin, and I remember that. And then from metformin on, it was just a series of more pills and more pills and more pills and more pills that did nothing. It was so frustrating that you would do everything that you're supposed to do, everything that you were told to do, and nothing, absolutely nothing was happening. The harder you tried, the worse things got. It was at the point where I had to take naps in the afternoon and be going to bed at 9:30 at night and waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning and still having to take naps in the afternoon. I have not been able to function as a human being for so long. I can't tell you how grateful I am for this program and for what it's doing for me. My life has improved to the point where I can spend time with my grandkids. I can play with them. I can go outside. I can throw a ball to them, and ball comes, and I can bend over and pick it up. It's just unbelievable. My sugar today, the 121 is high. And it's been around 109, 104, 103, 117. has been like that for 20 years. And the energy I have today is so much more than I ever had in the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Lately, I've been waking up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym, working out, coming home, having breakfast, putzing around the house all day, working outside on some of the cars that I've got. I bought some classic old cars, and I've been working on them. And I don't have to take a nap in the afternoon. I go to bed at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and next morning I'm awake again at 5, 5:30, 6 o'clock. And life is life again. So I'm off of 3 medications that I was on to 0, and my sugar's under control. There is a way out. You're not locked into a world of nothing anymore, where everybody says there's nothing they can do but give you another pill. There is a way out, and these people have the way out.